Ladies and gentlemen, on your feet and welcome your home team.
Number 10 looks ready to send it deep. It's official. The NFL season has begun. Whittington was there to bring him down.
Number 82 on the return.
The offense will take over at the 24-yard line. First down and 10. Dumps it short. He's dropped down around the 29-yard line by number 53. Second down and 5 to go. Ball on their own 29. Looks for the safe short throw. He's tackled right around the 30-yard line by number 33. The offense needs about 3 yards to get the first here on third down. Inside give. He's brought down around the 34-yard line by Spencer. First down, 10 to go. Ball on their own 34. The pocket collapsing.
They just overwhelmed the offensive line on that play. That is what effective blitzing is all about. The timing, the execution, that was perfect.
Second down now with a long 15 to go. He's going to his right. Throws. McAllister was the intended receiver on the play.
The intended target on the play. Third down.
That brings up another third down attempt. Makes the throw over the middle. And the pass will fall incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
I don't know if that's the guy I want to pick on third down when you have to have a conversion. He is tough.
Fourth down. Looks like they're going to punt it away here. Fields the punt at the 19-yard line.
You know, I like that return. Nothing flashy, but it was really effective. The thing I hate to see are guys that are dancing around back there trying to be a playmaker when they're really not. At least he got up the field, got a few yards. That's what I like to see.
He's looking to run. And he's tackled around the 30-yard line by Walker.
Gain of 4 on the play.
And it's now 2nd and 6.
False start.
This one might have been a false start on the offense. Let's get the call. Douglas is guilty of moving early. It's 2nd down and 11 to go. Tucks and runs. He's free. He's wrestled down around the 32-yard line by Carr. Just about 4 yards shy of the first here on 3rd down. Has a man to his right. They tackle him for a loss.
The pass is
So the offense will probably head off the field after failing to convert for a 1st down on that series.
Well, and there is some cumulative effect of those 3-and-out series because they do tend to wear out your defense, which has to come right back out on the field now.
So it's 4th down. The home team line up to punt. He'll take off from his 18. Returns it to about the 32. Owens was there for the stop.
He's definitely got some breakaway potential when he's back there returning kicks. You give him just a little bit of room, he could break it for a big one.
They'll set up shop at the 32-yard line. And we'll have a 1st down and 10. Number 30 on the counter. He's dropped down around the 39-yard line by number 33.
on the play.
And just about 4 yards away here on 2nd down. Straight up the middle, got room. He's tackled at about the 43-yard line by Lewis.
Gain of 18 on the play.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 43. Dumps it out left. Number 81 made the catch for a gain of 6.
On the play.
So 2nd down, the offense needs about 4 for the 1st. Number 30 on the run. He's brought down at about the 37-yard line by number 50. Third down now. They'll need about 3 yards to convert for a new set of downs. Number 30 on the inside handoff.
Number 30.
And that was a nice gain there to get the first down.
You know, as a former wide receiver, I never liked running the football ever. I thought it should be banned from the game. But when you can run it like that, boy, it's sure easy to make those calls.
Now we have a first down and 10 to go. All kinds of pressure, and the ball is free. And the defense has it. And he's running with a purpose now. So an early mistake, and they'll look to rebound on their next possession. The offense will start at the 30. First down and 10. Hit hard as he throws.
But let's give credit to the defensive coordinator. He dialed up the blitz right there, took a chance in the secondary, and it paid off.
They'll face second down and 10. Ball on the 30-yard line. Going for the home run. Number 83 was his intended target.
Third down.
Third down and 10 coming up here. They spot the rock on the 30. Deep throw. End zone.
Number 15.
And the pass was knocked away at the last minute.
And those are the kind of big third down plays you have to have on defense to get the ball back and give your team a chance on offense.
This one will be from 47 yards. He splits the uprights. And that was not an easy kick, Chris.
Yeah, it looked like a little adrenaline kicked in on that one, didn't it? Maybe even surprised him how far he hit that one.
Number 10 is ready to kick this one off. Number 82 is deep, looking to return the kickoff. He'll take it from the 2. He makes it to the 22. Number 26 was there to bring him down. They'll go to work at the 22-yard line. First down, 10 to go. Short throw to the right. Deflected and broken up.
Can't complete the pass. Second down.
So they'll face a second and 10. So they have the ball on their own 21. Jefferson takes the delayed handoff.
And they really ran right into the blitz. That's a time that a veteran quarterback should have changed the play at the line of scrimmage. You could see the blitz coming. He didn't audible and only came away with a short gain.
So it is 3rd and 8. Fires it deep down the middle. And the pass is incomplete. 4th down now after the incomplete pass. The offense wasn't able to get on track during the last series.
There's nothing more frustrating for an offense to come in and go 3 and out. That's just embarrassing.
Fourth down. Looks like they'll kick it away here as the punt. Cobbs fields it at the 29. He gets out to the 45. Griffin was there for the stop.
He was just a couple of steps away from breaking that one all the way. This coverage team better start stepping up or he's going to take one in for 6.
Number 15, hands off. And he's tackled at about the 41 by number 52. And we'll have a 1st down and 10. Takes off with it, and he's in the clear.
Who says quarterbacks aren't athletes? He looked pretty good on that play. Nice job, found the hole, got upfield, got down without getting injured. Good play.
It's 1st and 10 at the 25. Sanders gets the call. He's wrestled down around the 12-yard line by Moore. Now we have a 1st down and 10 to go. Someone jumped early down there. Douglas is guilty of moving early. So they'll face a 1st and 15 after the penalty. Has a man open in the middle. Number 82 was the intended receiver. It's now 2nd and 15. They hand it off. He's dropped down at about the 7-yard line by Mack. And just 7 yards from a touchdown now. Pass is short right side. He's got it. Touchdown.
And there's no doubt the quarterback knows who his moneymaker is down here on the goal line. He loves that big tight end.
The PAT is up and good. Time winds down here in the first with the score. The home team, 10. The visiting team, nothing. Number 10 will be kicking off. Number 82 is back to receive the kick. The stop was made by number 88. The offense takes the field, and we'll see if they can put something together after their last drive ended with a 3 and out. They'll take over at the 19. First down and 10. Gives it to the back. He's tackled around the 21-yard line by number 51. And from their own 21-yard line. Dumps it out right. He's brought down around the 33-yard line by Allen. First down, 10 to go. Ball is on their own 33. Gives it up the gut. He's going to be tackled for a loss.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to admit defeat on a play as a running back and just try and get that thing back to the line of scrimmage.
And they'll line up at the 30. He's dragged down on the play. Looking at third and long now after the sack. Looking to his left. He's going deep. Nearly picked off. He should have had that one. The defender gets a hand on it, and that will bring up fourth down.
Just terrific play by the defense. They followed the quarterback's eyes, made a quick jump on the ball, and were all over that one.
From their own 24-yard line. Cobbs will take it at the 21. He brings it back to the 30. Myers was there to bring him down.
You know, I like that return. Nothing flashy, but it was really effective. The thing I hate to see are guys that are dancing around back there trying to be a playmaker when they're really not. At least he got up the field, got a few yards. That's what I like to see.
Rolling right. He's looking to pass. And he's down after the slide.
Boy, in that kind of situation, you just think that if they're going to pick up the first down on you, they're going to have to do it throwing the football. But that time, the quarterback got out in the open field and got it done.
We've played a quarter, and our score, the home team, 10. The visiting team, nothing. From their own 44-yard line. This one might have been a false start on the offense. Let's get the calls.
And it's so embarrassing to jump off sides for an offensive player because you know the snap count. But I swear there's so many things going through your mind, especially if the guy across from you is beating you in the head all day. Sometimes you just forget.
They give it off here. He's getting it done out there. And, you know, I talked to the offensive coordinator before the game on the field, and he told me he was going to be an important part of this offensive game plan. And we'll have a first down and 10. Dumps it short. All he needs is one hand.
The play fake gave the big tight end a chance to gain a little separation there, and the quarterback did a nice job of finding him with the pass.
And just about 4 yards away here on second down. Sanders gets the carry. And he's tackled around the 31-yard line by Mack. It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 31-yard line. Inside give. He's wrestled down right around the 22-yard line by Walker. Short yardage situation here, 2nd and a yard. Gives it off. He's dropped down around the 9-yard line by Palmer. Arizona looking to make this a 3-score game. Has a man to his right. He's tackled around the 4-yard line by Carr. Jackson picks up about 5 yards with the catch. Four yards out from the score. Number 15 flips it out. Breaks one and scores.
It's such a luxury to be able to hand the ball off to a player with those kinds of moves, you know, especially when you get down inside the 10-yard line because you know the defense is packed in and there's just less room to maneuver.
Number 2 is good on the point after. Number 10 gets ready to kick it away. Number 82 stands back to field the kick. Number 26 was there for the stop. They couldn't do anything against this defense on their last drive, and they were forced to punt it away. They'll start this drive at the 28-yard line. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Jefferson takes the give. He's dropped for a loss.
You know, listen, I would never want to block a defensive lineman. So, I've seen these guys. I know these guys. They're big and they're nasty. But at least from an offensive standpoint, you have to try to get in their way.
It's a 2nd and 11 situation here. Short throw to the right. He's brought down around the 36-yard line by Lewis.
Well, that's an example of a very good play against pressure. They were coming after him, but the quick throw beat him.
3rd and short situation now. They'll need a couple of yards to convert. Jefferson gets the ball. They'll be short.
Yeah, and for a minute it looked like he might slip out of there, but the defense got there. The pursuit was all over it, and they made a nice stop.
It's 4th down. And the punt unit onto the field to kick it away. He'll field it at the 17. He makes it back to about the 31-yard line. Mack was there to bring him down.
He did a good job there, finding a seam and getting up the field. You know, a lot of people don't realize that being a punt returner or a kick returner is one of the toughest jobs in the NFL. There's a whole lot of things that could go wrong, and only a few that can really go right.
Sanders, the ball carrier. Nice running for a gain of 6.
Gain of 6 on the play.
So 2nd down, the offense needs about 4 for the first. Goes through his progression. Passes out to the left. The pass falls incomplete. Just about 4 yards shy of the first here on 3rd down. He rolls out to his right. And he's tackled right around the 46-yard line by number 28. First down and 10. Ball on their own 46. The halfback with the carry. He's wrestled down around the 50-yard line by Mack. It's second down and 6. He's going to run with it.
Who says quarterbacks aren't athletes? He looked pretty good on that play. Nice job, found the hole, got upfield, got down without getting injured. Good play.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 36. Number 15, pitch out.
This is one of those guys you just love watching him run the football. His footwork, his balance, but especially his determination. He just does not want to be tackled.
So they line up at the 31. He'll get it again. He's dropped down at about the 27 by Palmer.
Gain of 4 on the play.
That'll make it third down. The offense needs about 3 feet for the first. Flag on the play.
Holding.
Uses the stiff arm, but the defender is still able to drop him. Douglas gets called for the hold. And third down, 7 yards to go. Passes it short. Brings in another one.
A nice play there results in a big gain through the air.
Yeah, and you see the defensive back try to make a play on the ball there instead of making sure the pass fell incomplete. This guy will make a lot of big plays for his team, but sometimes it's a bit of a gamble, and that time it didn't pay off.
And we'll see if he takes a more conservative approach the next time the ball is thrown in his direction.
And we'll have a first down and 10. Ball on the 18. Looking for a man. Makes the catch, and he's dropped. What happened there, Chris?
Well, they got caught in man-to-man coverage on that play, and I couldn't tell if the defender slipped a little bit or not. Maybe he just got beat on the play.
The offense is now knocking on the door inside the 5. So, ball on the 2-yard line. Fires a strike to the right. He's got it! Touchdown!
When a guy has a special receiver like this guy, he knows throwing it into the end zone. Usually, they're going to be smaller spaces. You're going to have to count on the guy making a great catch. And who better at it than he is?
Number 2 tacks on the extra point. Number 10 is ready to kick this one off. Number 82 is back to receive the kick. Taken from the 3-yard line. Hold on, there is a flag down.
Holding by the receiving team.
He makes it to the 23-yard line. Number 26 was there for the stop. Number 85 is flagged for a hold on the play. They'll go to work at the 11. It's 1st and 10. Makes the throw over the middle. McAllister was the intended receiver on the play.
The intended target. Second down.
It's now 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Looks right, throws. Number 82 was the intended receiver.
Third down.
The offense is backed up to their 11. Throws it to the middle. He's tackled right around the 26-yard line by Lewis. He takes off.
Boy, in that kind of situation, you just think that if they're going to pick up the first down on you, they're going to have to do it throwing the football. But that time, the quarterback got out in the open field and got it done.
What happened there?
Well, the defense was in zone coverage. They got good pass protection, and anytime that happens, it tends to really stretch those zones and widen the holes.
He's searching for a receiver. It is an incomplete pass.
Incomplete. Number 83, the intended receiver.
So they'll face a 2nd and 10. Decides to run. He finds a lane.
Seems like the defensive pressure has him a little rattled out there, Chris.
Yeah, Gus, certainly seems that way. He's been quick to tuck and run rather than sitting in the pocket and finding the open man.
No question about it, but it's got to be hard to be comfortable in that pocket when it keeps collapsing around him.
Well, he was called in bounds, but the officials upstairs weren't so sure.
Well, obviously they saw something on that play to challenge this one. Remember, it has to be indisputable visual evidence. We'll see if we have that.
And upon further review, they conclude he didn't have possession.
You know, I don't think you're ever going to convince that receiver that he didn't make that catch in bounds, so we'll just have to move on without him. He's not happy.
Back to punt. It's a fake. He's looking to pass. Gets to about the 37-yard line. Cobbs was there to bring him down.
A good job there by the quarterback to fit that ball in there with good coverage.
Yeah, and the defensive back didn't really do anything wrong there. The quarterback just made a good throw. We'll see if he starts to play him a bit more aggressively, maybe initiate some contact and get that receiver out of his comfort zone going forward.
They go to their hurry-up offense. He's in trouble, and he can't hold on to the ball. Arizona got it. There he goes. Can he get there? And he's gone. This one's getting out of hand. It's a complete disaster on the field. Point after is good. Arizona is just about ready to kick this one away. Number 82 is deep, looking to return the kickoff. And we have a flag on the play.
Personal foul.
Number 88 was
team.
there for the stop. Looks like this one might be coming back.
First
Reed
down.
will be flagged on the play. They'll set up shop at the 12. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Decides to run for it. And he's down after the slide.
You know, this is one of those strange cases where the pressure the defense was bringing earlier may actually be coming back to haunt them.
That's a good point, Gus. After taking a couple of sacks earlier in the game, he's been relying on his legs to find space and pick up yards, and you know what? It's working.
And the stats speak for themselves. The defense is going to have to make some adjustments to slow him down, maybe leave a spy in the middle of the field to keep him contained. We'll see what happens.
From their own 27-yard line. Good coverage downfield.
You bring a little pressure, and it impacts quarterbacks, and we saw it there.
So he goes down again. The defense is making their way into the backfield and getting to the quarterback. Chris, what can he do here to turn this around?
Well, Gus, you know, this guy can move. He isn't strictly a pocket passer, so look for him to try to scramble out of the pocket and try to make something happen with his feet.
From their own 27-yard line. Tucks and runs. He's free.
Pretty impressive on the defensive side that time. Not only did they get the play covered in the secondary, but there were enough people around the quarterback to keep him from breaking out of there on the run.
Here's a 3rd and 9 situation. Takes off with it, and he's in the clear. He's looking for a burst of speed. He broke containment and got up the field for a huge gain.
Sometimes on 3rd down, if you can just break that initial line of scrimmage, you have a chance for some really big plays. You get defenses being so aggressive in that situation, you can just break one off, and that was huge. Anytime you give up that quick pressure like that, very seldom are those passes completed.
Second down and 7 yards to go. They're on their 33. Throws it deep to the end zone. McAllister was his intended target. Third down and 10 coming up here. Ball on the 33-yard line. Has a man out to his right. He's brought down around the 7-yard line by number 33. San Diego will take a timeout, and they call their final timeout of the half. First down and goal. And the ball is on the 7. He's still on his feet, looking for a receiver. Tip pass, and it's incomplete. So with the half ending, they're just going to try and put 3 points on the board. The kick is good. And I doubt we'll see a deep kick here. They'll probably just squib it to get to the half. And the tackle was made by Palmer. And as we head to halftime, our score is the home team, 31. The visiting team, 3. And welcome back to Glendale. We look ready to get the second half underway. This will be down to the end zone for a touchback. The home team are rolling right along and will look to make it another scoring drive. They'll start at the 20. First down and 10. And he's crushed as he lets it go.
Yeah, but you have to be careful making that throw. Sometimes those are easily intercepted. He did a good job getting out of there, but that throw was dangerous.
They take over at the 20. He rolls out to the right. He's going to run for it, and he's got room. He's dropped down around the 31-yard line by more. And we'll have a first down and 10. Sanders gets it on the inside. And he's tackled at about the 41 by Palmer.
Gain of 10.
Second down and very short yardage here. Number 15 pitches out to the right.
Well, you know the safeties are going to attack the line of scrimmage against the run, but you just don't expect them to get there so soon that they're going to make the tackle in the backfield.
The offense needs about 3 yards to get the first here on third down. Sanders takes it up the middle.
Holding offense.
He's wrestled down at about the 45-yard line by Mack. Mills gets called for the hold. That brings up 3rd and 13. Look out, heavy pressure on him.
Number 15.
You know, quarterbacks get paid big bucks to put points on the board, make big plays. Well, defensive ends get paid big bucks to keep those quarterbacks from doing it. That time the defensive end got it done.
The sack brings up a 4th and very long situation. Number 82 takes it at the 28.
That was really a good effort. There wasn't a ton of room for him to run, but he was able to get up the field, get a few yards. You never get upset with a punt return guy like that. It wasn't spectacular, but he got the job done.
Dumps it out left. He's tackled right around the 44-yard line by number 50. A gain of 9 yards on the play. That'll bring up second down, a couple of yards needed to convert. Jefferson takes the give. He's brought down at about the 47-yard line by Lewis. It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 47-yard line. Submarines down.
And let's give the defense a little credit there. They are definitely playing him to possibly run the football. That time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him.
They line up at the 44. Passes it short. Couple of yards there.
Really nowhere for the wide receiver to go on that one. I'm not sure if the quarterback realized it was man coverage on that play.
It's a 3rd and 5 situation. Ball on the 42. Has a seam down the middle.
He's one of those quarterbacks who trusts his arm maybe a little bit too much. He should have never thrown that ball.
It's 4th down. Looks like they'll kick it away here as the punt. And they already have the lead. This field position could set them up to put even more points on the board. They'll take over at the 20-yard line. 1st down, 10 to go. Gives it off. He's dropped down around the 21-yard line by more. Jackson is flagged for a hold on the play. So the penalty pushes them back for a 1st and long. Handoff up the middle.
Number 27 gets the call. Gain of 15.
And from their own 25-yard line. Fires a strike to the right. He gunned that one in there for the 1st down, didn't he?
He really did, and when you watch a guy throw a ball that hard, they don't move their arm any faster. You see them driving off that back leg. That was a pretty pass.
And so far in this one, as you can see, this player has been the impact performer of the game so far. A close call here. Was he in? Was he out? If he was in, did he have control of the football before going out?
The funny thing is, I don't even know that the officials mind being challenged on their calls on the sideline because they are so tough. Trying to watch the hands and the feet and everything at the same time. This is just among the toughest calls that officials have to make.
And upon further review, they conclude he didn't have possession.
You know, I don't think you're ever going to convince that receiver that he didn't make that catch in bounds, so we'll just have to move on without him. He's not happy.
Short pass to his left. Hit as he caught it, and he's able to hang on to it. Loss of 3 on the completion.
Boy, that's just great anticipation by the defense there. They saw that play coming, and were all over it.
So, It's 4th down. The home team line up to punt. Number 82 takes it at the 28. He makes it to the 38. Barnett was there to bring him down. The offense will start at the 38. Now we have a 1st down and 10 to go. Jefferson on the inside handoff. He still can't seem to find any kind of rhythm in his ground game today. Give the defense credit. It's now 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Still looking for an open man. Decides to run for it. And he's tackled around the 47-yard line by number 53. First down and 10. Ball is on the 47. Passes it over the middle of the field. The pass is broken up. What a play!
As a quarterback, you have to go through your reads. That was his first look on that play, and he shouldn't have stayed with it that long. That was a bad decision.
They'll face 2nd down and 10. Ball is on the 47. Has a man to his right. About 3 yards on the play.
Boy, that's really a nice tackle on that play. Anytime you get man coverage on the outside against a receiver, you have to be able to make that one-on-one play, and he did it great.
Facing 3rd down now and 7. Throws it to the middle. He's wrestled down around the 32-yard line by number 53. And we'll have a 1st down and 10. Short throw to the right.
Good job all the way around by the defense that time. Not only did they have the deep routes completely covered there, but they also had the check down well within their grasp.
It's 2nd down and 8 to go. They spot the rock on the 30. Short throw to the left.
Good defense all over the field that time. They had the deep routes covered, and when they tried to dump it off to the tight end, they were on it.
They line up at the 27. He's going to his right. Throws. And it'll be 4th down following the pass deflection.
And those are the kind of big 3rd down plays you have to have on defense to get the ball back and give your team a chance on offense.
They'll call on the field goal unit here. It's up and it's good. And that was not an easy kick, Chris.
Yeah, it looked like a little adrenaline kicked in on that one, didn't it? Maybe even surprised him how far he hit that one.
Johnson is just about ready to kick this one away. Cobbs stands back to field the kick and takes off from his own goal line. He makes it to the 22. Carr was there for the stop.
On the return.
They'll start this drive at the 22. It's 1st and 10. They might have mistimed the snap on that one.
Well, if you want to know why Pee Wee football coaches make you run a lap if you jump off sides, it's because it can really have a negative impact on your offense, just like that one.
Drop behind the line.
Well, you know you've got an aggressive safety when he's making tackles for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. Typically, these guys are trying to not give up a big play in the passing game. Now, when you see somebody in the backfield, that's impressive.
Second down now with a long 15 to go. And the ball on their own 17. He's still on his feet, looking for a receiver. He's tackled right around the 22-yard line by number 28. That penalty will bring up a 2nd and long situation. Steps and throws to the left side. He's brought down around the 13-yard line by number 52. They'll gain 4 on that pass play. Third down and long coming up here. Ball on their own 12, and the ball on the 12. Passes out to the left. He's dropped down around the 41-yard line by number 28. First down, 10 to go. Ball on their own 41. Another run. He's looking for a burst of speed. He's knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
And you can see a defense, when they get gouged for a big run like that, they all start looking around and thinking, whose gap was that? Who gave up that big a hole?
Fresh set of downs following the big run. Opts for a short throw. Makes a spectacular one-handed grab. 7-yard gain on the play.
Those slant routes against zone coverage, you find out what kind of man you are in a hurry because you never know who's going to hit you on one of those.
So they'll need 7 for the score. As we head into the 4th, this one has really gotten out of hand. Our score, the home team, 31. The visiting team, 6. Number 15 gives it up the middle.
And you love to see those linebackers playing downhill like that, not just flowing sideline to sideline, but attacking and trying to get in the backfield.
The offense will line up at the 9. He's dragged down on the play.
It's one of the toughest things about getting blitzed is that everyone has to execute their block perfectly. It's one-on-one blocking. One guy misses a block, and your quarterback's sacked.
The field goal unit is on the field. The kick is good. So the score now, the home team, 34. The visiting team, 6. Number 10 is ready to kick this one off. Number 82 is back to receive the kick. He'll return it from the 1. Flag on the play. He makes it out to about the 21-yard line. Barnett was there to bring him down. They'll get the ball here at the 10. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Pass is short right side. Hammered in the backfield. And a loss of a couple on the completed pass.
You know, sometimes as a quarterback, you have to be careful about dumping it down too quickly. Stand in there, see what you've got working down the field. That time they were all over that quick throw.
So, from their own 8-yard line. Dumps it out right. And he's tackled right around the 16-yard line by number 33. Just about 4 yards shy of the first here on 3rd down. And they got him. And that sack will bring up 4th down as the offense couldn't get anything going on the series.
Good teamwork that time on the part of this defensive line. The blockers just could not get the job done.
It's 4th down. The punt team is on the field looking to kick this one away. Cobbs fields the ball at the 34. He got everything he could, but there really wasn't much room.
No question about it. He needs a little more help out of his blockers than he got right there. This is a dangerous guy, and if he can get in some open space, he can create some problems for you, but just no space to be found there.
Looks to the right. He's going for it all. Is he going to score? He powers into the end zone for a touchdown.
I knew all he had to do was catch that one, and he was going to be gone. When you possess that kind of speed, it is a very difficult day for the defense. Better give him a little more cushion than that.
Extra point is good. Arizona will be kicking off. Number 82 is deep, looking to return the kickoff. And takes off from his own goal line. Barnett was there for the stop. It appears we have an injured player on the field. They'll start at the 28-yard line. First down and 10. And it looked like someone on the offensive line jumped. Benjamin is guilty of moving early. So the penalty makes it 1st and 15. Throws it over the middle of the field. Intercepted. Down inside the 30.
Things have really unraveled now for this offense. They could ill afford to turn it over in that situation, but that's exactly what they did.
And we'll have a first down and 10. Number 15 hands it off. A 5-yard gain.
Gain of 5.
It's 2nd and 5 here. In heavy traffic.
Yeah, that was definitely not a good play for the offense. I think they were anticipating a blitz to one side. They got it from the other side, and the quarterback ends up getting sacked on the play.
So it's third down, 13 to go following the sack. Sanders takes a handoff. A conservative call on third down, Chris.
Yeah, but you do gamble if you put the ball in the air in that situation. I think right now the coach is saying I have more faith in my defense to make some stops than my offense to convert that play.
They call on the field goal unit. He splits the uprights. Makes the long one with room to spare.
It really was, wasn't it? There are no field goal kicker jokes going on the sideline right now. Just a lot of love.
Number 10 gets ready to kick it away. Walls stands back to field the kick. This will be down to the end zone for a touchback. The offense will take over at the 20. It's 1st and 10. Looking for a big gain down the middle. That incompletion will bring up 2nd down. On their own 20-yard line. Looks like someone on the offense tried to get an early start. Russell is guilty of moving early. So the penalty brings up a 2nd and 15. Looks right, throws. It's picked! At the 30. Kenny Britt was there to bring him down. First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 24. Sanders takes it right side. 5 yards.
5-yard gain on the play.
They line up at the 19. Sanders gets it on the inside.
Did you see how fast that linebacker was on that one? Not only did he recognize it, but when he did recognize it, he had the explosiveness to get there.
That'll bring up 3rd down with 8 yards to go. Has a man to his right.
The
He's wrestled down around the 14-yard line by Myers. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. And they'll go from the 13. He's tackled right around the 8-yard line by Mills. The offense sets up 8 yards away from the end zone here. Number 15 pitches out to the left. Gets away from him. Touchdown. So after the pick, the defense puts up points on this possession. Palmer is still down, and it looks like he's in a lot of pain. And the point after is good.
Get your money with your head. Executive branch. Like a player. Yeah, in the club. Yes, it cracks. Cute little mama put the stack of bags. That's what's up. You and Doggy World come and join my circle. I break down. Move like a turtle.
Arizona looks ready to kick it away. Walls is back to receive the kick. He'll return it from the 1. At the 30. And the tackle was made by number 10. They'll go to work at the 32-yard line. First down and 10. Has a man short to his left. He's brought down right around the 34-yard line by number 26. We've got 2nd and 9 yards to go. Ball on their own 34. Short throw to the right.
Good job all the way around by the defense that time. Not only did they have the deep routes completely covered there, but they also had the check down well within their grasp.
It's a 3rd and 5 situation. Ball on their own 37. Look out, heavy pressure on him. Avoids the hit with a slide.
Boy, in that kind of situation, you just think that if they're going to pick up the first down on you, they're going to have to do it throwing the football. But that time, the quarterback got out in the open field and got it done.
They line up at the 50. Loose ball. The offense grabs a loose ball.
Sometimes there's nothing more interesting than a fumbled football because that oblong-shaped football really makes for some interesting bounces out there. They were lucky to get that one back.
So they're looking at a 2nd and long here after the sack. Fires a strike to the right. He's knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And that play could have easily gone for 6.
And when you start to hit a couple of big pass plays, it really puts the defense in a tough spot. They no longer feel quite as brave coming up and defending those short passes.
So it's now 1st and 10 after the big pass play. Jefferson takes it up the middle. He's dropped down around the 11-yard line by number 96. And we'll have a 1st down and 10. Short throw to the left. And he's tackled right around the 2-yard line by Barnett. They'll get 9 yards on the play. The defense is backed up against their own end zone. On the ground, up the middle. That's a touchdown.
That was just good old-fashioned smash-mouth football there. The offensive line simply taking over the line of scrimmage.
And he adds the point after. Johnson is ready to kick this one off. Owens is deep, looking to return the kickoff. Short kick. They're going to get good field position out of this. The home team get the ball back.
If you ask me, this one's been over for quite a while. Maybe they just wanted to practice the onside kick. It didn't make a lot of sense.
They'll start this drive at the 44-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Sanders on the inside handoff.
Holding.
He's dropped for a loss. It looks like there's a penalty, and I have a feeling this one is coming back. Stone gets called for the hold. And 1st down once again, but they'll be backed up following the penalty. Takes it right up the gut, and he's got room to run. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. They're in again for another touchdown.
Man, that is just pure speed. And when you have jets like that, it really throws a bit of fear into a defense because they know you have the ability to make a play from anywhere on the field.
The PAT is up and good. We're nearing the 2-minute warning in the 4th. The home team, 58. The visiting team, 13. Arizona is just about ready to kick this one away. Mack stands back to field the kick. He'll down it in the end zone. They'll set up shop at the 20-yard line. 1st down, 10 to go. And it looked like someone on the offensive line jumped. Benjamin is guilty of moving early. 1st down, 15 to go, following the penalty. Number 13 hands it off straight ahead. You would think they would be looking to conserve time right now.
Yeah, somebody may want to go over and whisper in the head coach's ear that, hey, psst, coach, we are still behind here.
And with that, we have reached the 2-minute warning. We will be back after this break from your local stations. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now they've got a 2nd and 13 coming up. There are 2 minutes to go in this football game. He's in trouble, and he can't hold on to the ball. It's picked up.
Well, one thing for sure, the ball is not going to stay free on that field for very long. Defensively, they were all over that one.
The offense will start at the 10. 1st and goal. Sanders takes a handoff.
And they really ran right into the blitz. That's a time that a veteran quarterback should have changed the play at the line of scrimmage. You could see the blitz coming. He didn't audible and only came away with a short gain.
And they need just 8 for the score. Sanders, left side. Number 52 makes his 5th stop of the game on that play. Third down and goal to go from the 9-yard line. A lot of movement down there on the offensive line. Stone is guilty of moving early. Okay, that'll bring up 3rd and goal. Number 15 gives it up the middle. Another touchdown. This is out of hand. Point after is good. Arizona gets ready to kick it away. Walls is back to receive the kick. He'll take it from the 2. And we have a flag on the play. He makes it out to about the 21-yard line. Number 88 was there to bring him down. They'll get the ball here at the 10. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Dumps it out left. The defender bats it away. Second down for the offense after that incomplete pass. They'll face second down and 10. Going down the middle with it. The pass is tipped. Young was the intended receiver on the play. That brings up 3rd and 10. Moves to his right. And he's knocked out at the 14. 4 yards on that play. Fourth down. The punt team is on the field looking to kick this one away. Cobbs will take it at the 35. He'll be stopped at around the 46-yard line. Cobbs was there for the stop from their own 46-yard line. Number 15 hands it off straight ahead.
Nothing makes a defensive coordinator cringe more than seeing that kind of run, because then it sets up the play action, and there's almost no way to stop an offense if you can't stop the run and you have to deal with play action.
That concludes our game, but stay right there to catch the post-game wrap-up. And let's take a look at the Gatorade Performer of the Game.